In the old Slavic lands, the line between the living and the dead was never clear. Before Christianity reached these frozen corners, every forest had a guardian, every home had a spirit, every shadow held a warning. Among these tales were beings both feared and revered: Baba Yaga, Koschei the Deathless, Leshy, Zmey Gorynych, Domovoi, and Likho. Not demons, not gods, something darker. The first creature is a witch so dangerous that even speaking her name brought misfortune. She lived where the world ended, deep in the forest, where no map could guide you and no prayer could save you. Her name is Baba Yaga. Deep in the forest, where paths twist back on themselves and compasses spin uselessly, there stands a hut. It walks on chicken legs, turning its back to travelers who dare approach. Inside lives Baba Yaga, the bone-legged witch with iron teeth and a nose that scrapes the ceiling. She is neither purely evil nor purely good. She devours children who wander too far from home, but she also grants wisdom to heroes brave enough to ask. She flies in a mortar, steering with a pestle, sweeping away her tracks with a broom made of silver birch. But was she real? No. Baba Yaga represented the forest itself, unpredictable, dangerous, life-giving, and deadly all at once. In ancient Slavic villages, the forest was both pharmacy and graveyard. It provided food, medicine, and shelter, but it also claimed lives. Baba Yaga embodied that duality: respect nature, and it feeds you; disrespect it, and it devours you. Some scholars believe she evolved from older pagan priestesses or shamanic figures who lived outside society, practicing herbalism and ritual magic. To Christian converts, these women became witches. To the old believers, they were gatekeepers between worlds. Baba Yaga never left. She appears in the John Wick films as the impossible task, the monster beneath the monster. She haunts the pages of Neil Gaiman and Guillermo del Toro's work. In video games like God of War and Smite, she remains the wild, untamable force she always was. Because the forest still exists. And so does she. But where the witch commands the woods, another figure lurks in the shadows. One who discovered how to cheat death and lost everything in the process. His name is Koschei the Deathless. Some men fear death so much that they would hollow out their souls to avoid it. And Koschei is one of them. He is gaunt, skeletal, draped in black robes that smell of rot and iron. His skin clings to bone, his eyes burn with cold fire, and he cannot be killed, because his death does not live in his body. It is hidden far away, a needle inside an egg, inside a duck, inside a hair, inside a chest, buried beneath an oak tree on an island no map can find. Koschei kidnaps princesses, hoards treasure, and torments heroes. But no sword can end him. No spell can bind him. To defeat Koschei, you must find his soul and destroy it. So what truth lies behind this immortal sorcerer? Koschei embodies the fear of death and the cost of trying to escape it. In a world where plagues, famines, and wars took lives without warning, he symbolized those who believed they could cheat fate, and the emptiness that came with it. His hidden soul is a metaphor. By removing his death from his body, Koschei removed his humanity. He became immortal, yes, but also hollow. A warning: the longer you run from death, the less alive you become. Koschei appears in Marvel Comics, in Hellboy, and inspired characters like Voldemort in Harry Potter, whose soul too is split and hidden in objects. The trope of the phylactery or Horcrux traces back to him. He is every villain who fears mortality more than monstrosity. And in a world obsessed with longevity, anti-aging, and digital immortality, Koschei's warning echoes louder than ever. While some creatures hide from death, others are woven into the very fabric of the wild. And if you've ever felt watched while walking alone through deep woods, you've already sensed the next one, the Leshy. The forest breathes. If you've ever walked alone through deep woods and felt watched, you've felt him. He is tall as the trees when angered, small as the grass when amused. His beard is made of moss, his eyes glow like foxfire, and his laughter echoes from no direction at all. He is the guardian of all wild things. Animals obey him. Paths bend to his will. He can lead you safely home or trap you forever, circling the same clearing until madness takes you. The Leshy is not cruel without reason. He punishes disrespect. If you enter his forest with greed, arrogance, or carelessness, you will not leave. But if you come with humility, if you ask permission, leave offerings, and speak softly, he may let you pass. Where does this forest guardian come from? The Leshy was born from a simple truth. People got lost. In the vast, uncharted forests of ancient Slavic lands, travelers vanished. Some died of exposure. Others fell into ravines or were taken by wolves. But to those who survived, or those who searched, it felt like something made them lose their way. The Leshy explained that. He was the disorientation, the fear, the sense that the forest itself had turned against you. He taught respect for nature, caution in the wild, and the importance of staying on the path. The Leshy appears in The Witcher 3 as a towering, antlered force of nature. He's in Slavic horror films and modern pagan revivals. Environmentalists have reclaimed him as a symbol of ecological balance, nature's guardian who punishes those who take too much. In an age of deforestation and climate collapse, the Leshy's message is unmistakable. The forest has a will, and it remembers. Yet not all threats came from within the forest. Some descended from the sky in flame and fury, bringing destruction so complete that entire villages would vanish overnight. This creature is known as Zmey Gorynych. The earth shakes, the sky darkens, and from the mountains comes the three-headed dragon. He is fire and rage and hunger. Each head spits flame. His wings blot out the sun. His roar shatters stone. He devours villages, hoards gold, and kidnaps maidens to his lair in the hills. To face him is to face annihilation. But he is not mindless. He is cunning. He bargains. He speaks. And sometimes even heroes who slay him find that his curse lingers because greed, once awakened, never truly dies. What disaster gave birth to this three-headed terror? Zmey was born from the chaos of invasion. The Slavic lands were ravaged by Mongols, Tatars, and warlords who swept through like fire. Villages burned, gold was stolen, lives were destroyed. Zmey embodied that, a force too powerful to reason with, only to resist. He also represented natural disasters, wildfires, floods, and volcanic eruptions in distant lands that reached Slavic ears as myth. The dragon was every unstoppable catastrophe rolled into one terrifying shape. Zmey appears in Russian animation, in the Slavic Myths video game series, and inspired Ghidorah in Godzilla. Multi-headed dragons across global mythologies, Hydra, Tiamat, King Ghidorah, owe something to creatures like him. He endures because the world still has dragons. They just wear different faces now, but not every spirit was a threat from outside. Some lived much closer, inside the very walls that were supposed to keep you safe. This spirit is called the Domovoi. Not all spirits are monsters. In the warmth of the hearth, in the creak of the floorboards, in the draft that snuffs the candle, there he lives. He is small, bearded, covered in fur, with glowing eyes that watch from the shadows. He is the house spirit, the keeper of the home. If you treat your house well, keep it clean. Leave him offerings of bread and milk. Speak kindly under your roof. The Domovoi protects you. Fires don't spread. Children sleep soundly. Animals stay healthy. But if you neglect your home, if you bring cruelty or chaos under its roof, the Domovoi turns. Milk sours. Tools vanish. Horses panic. Nightmares crawl through the walls. Was there any reality behind this household protector? The Domovoi represented something essential: the home as a living entity. In harsh Slavic winters, your house was your survival. A strong roof, a working stove, and stored food. These things meant life or death. The Domovoi embodied that vigilance. He reminded families to care for their homes because the home, in turn, cared for them. He also explained accidents: a broken dish, a sudden fire, a child's illness. The Domovoi gave meaning to misfortune and a way to prevent it. The Domovoi appears in Russian folklore collections, children's books, and modern smart home humor. Jokes about house gremlins when Wi-Fi fails or appliances break. He's referenced in the film Fantastic Beasts and appears in indie horror games as a watchful presence. He endures because every house still feels haunted. Every creak still sounds like footsteps. And every home still has a soul. And then there's the final spirit, the one that needs no forest, no mountain, no home. Because this one follows you. And once it does, escape is nearly impossible. Her name is Likho. Some spirits are born from bad luck itself. She is thin, twisted, one-eyed, and relentless. She does not kill, she curses. She does not steal, she ruins. Where she walks, crops fail, animals sicken, and joy withers. She is misfortune incarnate. You cannot fight her. You cannot bribe her. Once she latches onto you, your only hope is to trick her into leaving or to pass her curse onto someone else. But what gave this spirit form? Likho existed in every streak of bad luck that felt too cruel to be random. A farmer whose harvest failed 3 years running. A mother who lost child after child. A merchant whose ships all sank. These things happened, and in a world without science or insurance, people needed an explanation. Likho was that explanation. She turned senseless suffering into a presence you could name, fear, and warn others about. She taught caution, humility, and the belief that pride invites disaster. Likho appears in Slavic horror fiction and dark fairy tale retellings. She inspired the concept of the evil eye and malevolent luck spirits across cultures. In modern storytelling, she's the force behind cursed objects, bad omens, and the creeping dread that everything is about to go wrong. She endures because bad luck still feels personal, and sometimes it still feels like it's watching. In the old Slavic lands, every shadow had a story, every story had a warning, and every warning carried a truth. Baba Yaga was the forest, Koschei was obsessed, Leshy was nature's will, Zmey was destruction,